Hi, this is the demo of the Shypr driver app by appscript.com. Shypr is our Uber for logistics product. It comes with two apps, one for customers and one for drivers. The customer app has already been described in the other video on the same page. Here we have the customer app on the left hand side and we have the driver app on the right hand side. I start by launching the driver app. Here we have two options. One option for drivers to sign up with all their details. The driver can fill up this form and all his details will be submitted to the admin for approval. I already have a driver who's been approved, so let me start with the sign in. I start by entering the vehicle ID. The vehicle ID is important to identify which vehicle the driver is on. I log in as a driver. As soon as I log in as a driver, I would see that a driver shows up on the customer app. I've logged in as a motorcycle, so a driver would then be visible on the customer app. I see here that a motorcycle is now visible. If the driver goes off the job by clicking on the off the job button, the bike on the customer app would disappear. As you see that it's now disappeared. And if I want to go back on the job, I mark myself as on the job by clicking on the button and I would reappear on the customer app. So as you see on the left, the bike has now reappeared. This is completely done in real time using the socket technology. Get into the customer app and I submit an order. I choose a shipment. I assume I want to ship my Mac from address A to address B. I enter details of the shipment. I add the weight, add the quantity. I just want to ship one and I want to ship this to myself. We have an option to enter the recipient's address, phone number and email. On the customer app, we also have an option to add another shipment if needed. So at the same time, we have the option of, submitting multiple deliveries from the same pickup point. So I can say this is MacBook 2. I have the weight of that product, I have the quantity, and I could choose to ship it to myself again. So at the same time, I'm able to manage two shipments. So let's assume that I only want to manage one, so I go and delete this one. I choose my payment method, which is cash. I can add a note to the driver. I can tell him that please come to the first floor, and I request a new booking. So I request the driver. On the right, the driver now gets a new booking request. He sees here the pickup point and he also sees the number of deliveries he needs to do from the same point. He has an option to accept or reject this booking. I accept this booking. If the driver would have rejected the booking would have gone on to the next available driver. On the left, you see that the customer has got a confirmation that one of the agents has picked up the booking, and the customer app has now been ported to the current order screen where he sees that a driver has picked up the booking and would soon be on the way. On the right, you see on the driver app that a new booking now is visible on the home page. The driver can click on that booking and see details of that booking. He gets to see who the person is who has submitted the order along with the address for the pickup. The driver has an option to call the customer. The driver also has the option of using Google Maps for turn-by-turn navigation. He also gets to see the details of the shipment along with all details of the shipment as weight and quantity. He can also see any additional note submitted by the customer. In this case, it was the word first floor. As soon as the driver is ready to get to drive to the pickup point, he can inform the customer that he's on the way. The customer is informed in real time that the agent is now on the way, and he can actually track the agent live on the map. As soon as the agent or the driver arrives at the customer's location, he can inform the customer by swiping on arrived, and the customer now knows that the driver has arrived at the pickup spot. So the driver can then load the materials on his vehicle, and as soon as the vehicle has been loaded, he can inform the customer that he has loaded the vehicle and is on the way to drop the Mac. So the driver can then swipe on this at the bottom of the screen, and the customer is informed that the vehicle is loaded and the shipper is on the way to the drop location. You would notice here that the customer app is being updated in real time. This is without any refresh of the page. This is by using the socket technology and also by using the push notification technology. The driver can then get details of the drop address along with the details of the recipient and the recipient's address. The driver can call the recipient, or the driver can also use Google Map turn-by-turn navigation to get to the drop spot. As soon as the driver arrives at the drop spot, he can inform the customer that he has arrived at the delivery location and has unloaded the vehicle. So he swipes on that. The driver then meets and greets the recipient. If the recipient is the same as that submitted in the original order, he does not have to edit any details. If the recipient is different, he can always go in there and edit the details of the recipient. He can also take down a phone number for identification. He can then get a signature from the recipient and then mark the job as complete. As soon as the job is marked as complete, the driver would get an invoice which would state how much money he's made in that booking, and the customer gets an option of rating that driver along with a comment here. So this completes the demo of the entire booking process on Shypr along with details of the driver app. The driver has other options on the app, which is to see his details along with details of the vehicle and driver stats. He has an option to see the history of his bookings. Here we see that there are two orders. You click on any order to get the details of the shipment. The other screens are about page, that's for details about the application. The invite option is for driver to invite other drivers to join the app. The driver can then go on, log out of the app once he's done with his job. This then completes the demo of the Shypr driver app. Hope you liked it. Please feel free to reach us on our email address dreamer@appscript.com for any queries. Feel free to drop in your comments on the video and feel free to request us for a live demo of the product. Thank you so much.